Hello guys, thanks for joining me in this cold day today. You see here behind me the Fiesta jacked up, wheels off, because it's the day we replace those manky brakes I've been mentioning since the suspension video. And let me show you what I got here. I got these Brembo Max discs. This is not a fast car, so I just bought this for looks because those wheels will have to go eventually, and when we replace the wheels, at least these will look good behind them. So I've got the Brembo Max discs there and some Brembo pads as well. I always use Brembo in all my cars. I do like them a lot, so these are going in the Fiesta today. You've seen me working on suspension, programming, and now it's break time. And as you can see, the state of these discs, it's past the time of replacing the pads. Actually, they have a bit of meat left, but there's no point of replacing the disc and keeping the old pad, so the whole thing's gonna be replaced. I ended up changing that clip off camera because I was struggling a little bit. First because I was putting it upside down, and then because the clip is new, it's really hard to get it in, but I got there in the end. So let's finally get this brakes changed and start with taking the caps off the sliding pins, top and bottom. It's just a plastic cap. You can use a screwdriver to pry it off, just them two. And now with a 7mm Allen key, you're gonna, let me just get my adapter. With a 7mm Allen key, you're just gonna get them undone. They shouldn't be too tight. But then again, we never know who was the last person working on the car. Like, this top one was definitely tighter than the bottom one. So that's it. Now, to make your life easier, push the piston back with a screwdriver. You wedge it in between the disc and the pad and start working the piston back. That will make your life a lot easier when it comes to put the new pads on. And as the pistons are going back, you push the screwdriver further in to give it a bit more leverage, pulling this back until it stops. and then when it's time to put the pads back, they'll go straight in. Now I need to push these sliding pins back a little bit. One thing, there's a, see this spring needs to come off first. I forgot to take it off, that's why the caliper is not moving. And be careful with this because it will come flying off, because this here keeps tension on the pads. So always keep your hand in front while you pry it off. There we go. And because these are so rusty, there's one side that's gonna stick, so you just wiggle it off. Don't forget to put that on when you're done, because I have the other side done already, and actually I had to take the wheel back off and then put this on before I put the wheel back on. So for now you can rest the caliper on top of the disc. This pad is history. There's actually good meat on it, but look how shiny it is. No wonder the brakes feel very, very bad. So now, wire wheel attachment. Clean the bolts before you actually take them off. On this car, this also shouldn't be too tight, so just a ratchet should do. But I had problems on the other side, and I'm gonna use a bolt remover to We're gonna get everything ready to grease. So lay your pads upside down and grease. The contact point will be this here that slides on these grooves here on the carrier. So you want to grease that and grease where the front part of the caliper will touch, and the same in the back. Because it has a piston, you want to grease it around there. I always grease the springs as well, and of course the mounting points as well. So there's that. A bit of grease, and then you spread it with your finger. There. There. Actually, clean the slider pin. And you can re-grease it straight away and put it back in the caliper. What I do with the sliding pins is right here next to the threads, I put a good layer all the way around, because that means when you push the sliding pin in, all that grease will cover the entire sliding pin. So see there, a good amount at the base of the sliding pin. Go straight up onto the caliper. It slides straight in. So now, well, you find with these here, because it's new, they're too spread apart. What I do is I start one side and then push the other side with a screwdriver, and then it will go straight in. Right? But I had to cut to this part because my neighbor was chatting me up a little bit, but as you can see now, it's all greased up. This here now is going to be pushed on the back of the piston, and as I said, I start one side and push the other side with the screwdriver. There you go, straight in. Now that that's greased, I actually forgot to do it before, but just make sure you grease the whole hub. Next time you're doing a brake job, it's gonna make it a lot of difference. And there's no need to put a whole lot of grease either. This doesn't feel like it's covered in oil, but it's always good practice to to clean the discs, because they normally have oil on them because they store for such amount of time to prevent them from rust. So like I said, it's always good practice to clean them up before you actually put them on the car, because obviously you don't want oily substance on your pads, because then your brakes will not be effective. There we go. Now I can mount them, and you're gonna have to lift the caliper out of the way and then put the disc with the other end. It's easy enough done. And then you can set the caliper again on top of the disc. And now it's time for the carrier. Hello. Now, if you've been on my channel long enough, you know I really like to torque stuff up. So those carrier bolts, they need to be torqued to 65 newton meters. So setting my torque wrench 65. Actually slipping a little bit, so I'm gonna use that bolt remover tool because they're quite handy. No, won't work. But I wasn't that far off the 65. But then it starts to slip. So let me see if the 12 will actually fit. On this side you see me do the exact same thing. First I remove the sliding pins and remove the caliper, then remove the carriers with the 13mm bolts, clean the discs and then re-grease everything, and then started by putting the disc on first, then the pads, and then replace the caliper. Now we're done changing the brakes in the Fiesta. Difficulty maybe 6 out of 10, not even that. As long as you have a good collection of tools, you can get it done no problem. And I can't wait to change those wheels so those brakes look a lot better. So remember that clip I told you not to forget to put on the caliper? Yeah, you're right, I forgot it. So I had to take the wheel back off to put that spring. So a quick tip to put that spring: if you start on the bottom and then prise the top, it will be a lot easier than doing the other way around. But other than that, that's everything for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope this helped you in some way. I'll see you guys in the next upload, guys. Take care, see ya. Now guys, I just want to give you a little update. This is now 3 days after I replaced the discs and the pads, and straight after I replaced them, the brake pedal felt loads better than before. Not too spongy, not too hard. It does feel firm, and you do feel like the car is braking. Obviously I went through the bedding process, and like I said, this is now 3 days after, and the car does feel like it does stop a lot better than before. Like I said, it's not a fast car. This car doesn't drive that fast, but when you press the brakes, you want to make sure it does stop. And also about those carrier bolts, if you struggle to get them off, please replace them, or better yet, just buy new ones before you even start, because I bought these here. These are genuine Ford bolts. I didn't go through eBay or whatever. I ordered them yesterday and they're here already, so this is definitely going to be replaced. Just get the new ones, because for the 4 bolts it was only 11 pounds, so it's definitely not worth the risk of just tightening the brakes and not torquing them. Get new ones, 11 quid, and torque them properly. That'll give you peace of mind. So I just wanted to give you a little update on that, and as always guys, share with your friends, smash that like button, and I'll be seeing you in the next upload. Take care.